What's going on, guys? It's Investing Hustler here, and today was a very green day in the marijuana industry. And today I collected some profits. Today I also collected some profits. Yesterday we've had a couple. I think we've had 3 or 4 green days in a row, so I'm not complaining. The only thing is that what goes up, at least this is what I believe, what goes up must come down. I may be wrong, which is why I still have a few positions that I'm still holding on to. But just in case I'm collecting profits, I'm trying to have as much cash as possible. I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of trades that I made. I'm going to be showing you how much cash I'm holding into in my portfolio right now, and I'm going to be showing you guys my Aurora and my Apria position when I sold it. And we're going to take a look at why Canopy and Aurora had a big jump today. There's a few interesting articles I want to read to you guys. So let's get this video started. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys my Apria and my Aurora Cannabis shares. No, I sold 175 Apria shares and I sold 500 Aurora Cannabis shares today. Yesterday, I bought Aurora Cannabis shares, some more Aurora Cannabis shares, when we got that news that Aurora Cannabis is predicted to have over $50 million revenue in this quarter. So immediately I picked up some shares. I picked it up under $7 and I sold today, as you can see, at $7.92. So we can look at the Aurora Cannabis charts. This is currently, I think, after hours right now, but they're sitting at $7.88. I sold at $7.92. Obviously, I do think Aurora Cannabis will continue to climb up tomorrow, which I do have another part, the second half of my position. And then I also sold Apria at $9.18. We could take a look at Apria real quick. And these are all Canadian prices. So right here, Apria is currently sitting at $8.71, and I sold Apria at $9.18. So I'm honestly hoping that it goes back below my average cost, and I can continue to average down, which is what. So right now, I'm trying to have as much cash in my position as possible. And as you can see right here, right now, my trade aid cash is at $32,000. I have $32,000 in cash. Honestly, I used to be very long-term with cannabis, but 2019, I have a feeling it's going to be another volatile year. So I'm just doing a couple of swing trades here and there, and I'll hold on to small positions just in case in the long term if they do decide to push forward more than what I expect. So you know that expression, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, this is me having my cake. I collected some profits, and me holding onto this position is me eating it too. So just in case Aurora or Apria decides to shoot up past $10, I'll still have one foot inside the door and the other foot out ready to go. So we're going to move on to why Aurora Cannabis and Canopy Growth caught fire today. So this is a Motley Fool article. I know you guys hate the Motley Fool. But let's just take a quick look at Aurora real quick. I just want to look at their numbers. So they're currently sitting at $7.88. They went up 9.9%. Canopy went up 11.96%. Aurora Cannabis market cap is at $7.15 billion. And Canopy's market cap is at $15.25 billion. So their market caps, they've seen a nice little increase in their market cap. Even Kronos went up 1%. Tilray barely moved. They went up less than 1%. And Apria actually just went down. I guess it was in near the end of the day. They had a little downfall, as you can see right here. Let's look at the 1-minute charts instead, or the 5-minute charts. So yeah, they had a little downfall at the end. They were positive on the day, but I guess when I sold my shares, I sold too much. Just kidding. No, they just had a downfall at the end. And as you can see right here, Apria is kind of oversold near the end of the day. So you might see them push forward in the morning on Friday, which is tomorrow. Namaste ended the day negative 11%. And I actually been collecting Namaste profit. I've been collecting profits with Namaste yesterday and the day before. Actually, if you guys give me 150 likes, I'm going to show you guys my profits that I've made on January 2019. So this new year, I'll show you guys how much money I've made so far. It's not a crazy amount of money, but I'm still making money swing trading, day trading. This never stops. Hemp, actually, I think I've sold off most of my hemp position. I've sold off all my hemp position, so I'm kind of waiting for them to drop below $1.10 so I could buy back into my position. T-God went up 4.9%. Hexo barely went up. They only went up 3 cents. Oxley XLY went up 1 cent. So yeah, and then we can look at the smaller caps. Planet 13 actually didn't do too well. They went down 0.0006 of a cent. Canopy Rivers went up 9%. The rest of the market didn't do too well. Fang stock, they barely moved. Facebook went up 0.02%, Apple went up 0.032%, Amazon went up 0.19%. Netflix went up 1.47%. So Netflix was the big move, which was only 1% out of the FANG stocks. Google didn't do too well. If we start going down into these smaller caps, you're going to see one of these companies did really well. So MGWFF went up 22% today. Maple Leaf Green World went up 22% today. That's probably one of the big winners for the day. TRTC, TerraTech, went up 20% today. Alethea went up 15% today. Weed MD went up 11% today. The weed sector has had a very nice day today. I'm just wondering if tomorrow we're going to have a red day, because this is like 3 or 4 green days in a row. Alethea went up 16% today. My top 3 marijuana stocks for 2019. So Kushco, Emerald Health, and Parcel Pal. So those companies, I think Parcel Pal and Kushco have been doing very well. So let's just look at Kushco. Kushco went up 10% today, and then Parcel Pal, they went up 11% today as well. And those were 2 companies that I made in this video, top 3 marijuana stocks. I actually made a spelling error here. I just noticed that, for 2019. So 2 of those companies are doing very well. I actually just got 100 likes on it. So I will be making a video on Parcel Pal, because I did say if I get 100 likes, I'll make a video on Parcel Pal. Parcel Pal seems to be a very good hidden gem right now. Once again, this is all strictly for educational and entertainment purposes. Do not purchase any stock just because I'm talking about it. Make sure to do your own due diligence, and that's about it. So today was a very nice day in the marijuana sector. Actually, here's another one, ICC. This is another one that I made. This ICC went up 14% today. They were actually a lot higher. And as you could see right here, ICC is way oversold. So you actually might see them drop a lot in the morning. Let's go straight to this article. Why Aurora Cannabis and Canopy Growth caught fire today. So Canopy Growth, a top Canadian pot company, is up big today. Shares of the pot titan bolted higher yesterday on a particularly rosy upgrade from an analyst at Piper Jaffray. And the company stock is getting yet another boost today from an unrelated bit of news, an unbeat earnings outlook provided by its partner Constellation Brands. So during Constellation Brands' quarterly conference call held yesterday morning, the beverage giant implied that Canopy is on track to far surpass Wall Street's revenue expectations over the next 18 months. Specifically, Constellation's president and COO Bill Newlands noted during the call that he believes Canopy will haul in approximately 1 billion Canadian dollars in revenue over the course of the next year and a half. This optimistic outlook appears to have helped Constellation Brands shares rise up as much as 7% today, and it also seems to have caused the shares of a fellow Canadian pot producer, Aurora Cannabis, to spike up exactly 10% in the early morning trading. Why is Constellation glowing optimism in Canopy Growth's investments such a big deal? Given that the Canadian pot markets remain in early stages of commercial development, industry insiders were expecting sales to ramp up fairly slowly at first. The black market, after all, is still a major source of competition for legal marijuana operations in Canada. Complicating matters further, regulators limited an initial launch of recreational pot producers to dried flowers, seeds, and oils, giving illicit operations a clear-cut competitive advantage through their ability to offer a wider variety of products. However, Constellation is still predicting that despite these headwinds in the nascent legal pot market, Canopy will exceed Wall Street's consensus revenue estimate for the next 18 months by something along the lines of 56%. That's a rather bold prediction, but the Constellation probably wouldn't roll out such a staggering revenue estimate if there wasn't a solid data to back it up. So now what? Is Constellation's outlook justified? Unfortunately, the answer to this all-important question won't become readily apparent until top companies like Aurora and Canopy Growth begin to release their quarterly earnings in the coming weeks. From what we know so far, though, the demand for legal marijuana has far outstripped supply in Canada since the drug became legal for adult use recreational purposes last October. Whether this strong demand will translate into better than expected earnings remains to be seen. And I also made a video titled Marijuana Earnings Coming Soon, What to Expect. So I gave you guys the dates of all these companies. I gave you guys the dates of when Canopy's having their earnings, Aurora's having their earnings, Apria, and a couple more companies. And I also read you guys a pretty interesting article as to what to expect from these earnings. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Constellation Brands pretty much pushed Canopy up again, because the first time Canopy pushed up 30% in one day was when Constellation made that $5 billion investment. And now they're backing up their company, saying that they're going to have better than expected revenue within the next 18 months. So look forward to that. Canopy is killing it. Constellation Brands has invested nearly $4 billion in Canopy Growth. Constellation Brands released its earnings for the third quarter of fiscal 2019 on January 9th. While the markets focused on the Constellation Brands' disappointing earnings, we were glued to what the company had to say about its future with Canopy Growth. In this series, we'll discuss the cannabis industry portion of the Constellation Brands earnings release. Constellation Brands, in its quarterly earnings call on January 9th, gave some insight into the Canadian cannabis market. The company stated that it's seeing strong demand in the adult use cannabis market in Canada. So significant global growth. Constellation Brands was optimistic about cannabis industry. The company said that we believe the emerging cannabis space represents one of the most significant global growth opportunities for the next decade and frankly our lifetime. Constellation Brands added that the opportunity in the cannabis industry is opening up faster than it's expected. The cannabis industry still isn't open in most of the countries around the world. Only Canada has legalized recreational cannabis. However, the world is more open to the medical cannabis space. We think that medical cannabis will create initial momentum for Canadian cannabis. All these articles are really good articles, especially for the marijuana sector, which might explain why we had an amazing green day today. A lot of people might disagree with me selling my shares today, but I still am holding on to a small part of my position. And like I said, I want to be holding on to cash. I have 32K cash. I want to bring this up to 50 or 60K cash, just in case we have another little crash, just in case the bear market's not over, just in case. I want to have cash. I'm happy with the profits I'm making. No one's ever gone broke from collecting profits. So I'm going to collect my profits. So I've been pretty happy with what I've been making. And that's pretty much it. And here's another quick article, why cannabis stocks are popping today. So why cannabis stocks are popping today. Cannabis stocks are popping. Several catalysts are driving cannabis stocks higher today. First, media outlets are reporting that Piper Jaffray, a highly respected investment firm, initiated coverage on cannabis industry with an overweight rating of Canopy Growth, Tilray, and just yesterday, Cohen and Company, another well-respected investment firm, gave a bullish perspective on the U.S. cannabis industry, raising sales estimates to $80 billion by 2030. Piper Jaffray expects the global industry to rise to $250 to $500 billion. So it's just good news all around for the cannabis sector, but I've seen this before. We've seen amazing news in the cannabis sector, and then we see a nice push forward in all these companies. But then what is followed by a nice push forward? Usually a downfall. The downfall might not be coming tomorrow. It might not be coming next week. I want to have a lot of cash ready just in case it does happen. If it doesn't happen, I still have a small position in a lot of these companies. I'm still holding onto shares for all these companies that I believe in. So it's not like I'm out of the game. I'm just holding onto cash just in case. There's a lot of good deals out there right now. I want to use that cash and diversify my portfolio. I'm heavily invested into the marijuana industry right now. I have about 50K in the marijuana industry. And I had a lot more, and most of that 32K that I'm holding on to cash right now, that's from profits from the marijuana industry. So I'm going to be holding on to cash. I want more cash. I want 50, 60K cash in my portfolio, and I'm going to diversify my portfolio. I'm hoping Apple goes back below 150, hopefully below 140, so I could pick up some Apple shares. Who knows? That might not ever happen. We might just see a bull run for the rest of the year, or that little crash that we had might be the beginning of worse things to come. We don't know. I just want to be prepared just in case. I don't suggest anyone else do that. This is my style of investing. This is my risk, my money. So I'm going to invest the way I believe. So far, it worked for me 2018 because that marijuana crash didn't affect me because I had profit, or I already collected my profit. So I'm sitting on cash and I'm hoping for a crash. I'm honestly sorry to say that because I know a lot of people want the marijuana industry to continue to push forward because everyone has a lot of money invested. A lot of people are negative in their positions, but it's the marijuana industry. Volatility is to be expected. I've been investing in the marijuana industry for almost 2 years, just the marijuana industry alone. And it's been one of the most volatile rides ever. And every time I've collected profits, I've never regretted it. Maybe I regretted it the next day because it went up the next day. Just like tomorrow, these companies can continue to go up, but I'm not going to regret it because I feel like I'm making the right decision in the long term. And who knows, maybe these companies might just continue to push forward for the next 5-10 years and I just messed up and sold out a position where I could have made more money. But it's okay because I feel confident collecting cash, and I feel confident and comfortable holding on to cash, and I actually want to be holding on to more cash. But anyways, I'm starting to rant right now. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to hit that notification bell and smash that subscribe button. Don't forget 150 likes, and I'll show you guys near the end of the month how much money I made January, swing trading, day trading, investing, etc. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.